What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are back with another video. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. Let me know you stopped by. I was like, wait, what am I saying? Like the video, subscribe to the video, comment. Let me know you stopped by. Y'all really love that Married to Medicine, the last review. If you haven't watched it yet, go ahead and watch it. The people are loving the review. They said I need to change the title to the Dunsford's Roast. They say I roasted Dr. G and his espadrille wearing wife. Shout out to the diva that said that Tanisha had on espadrilles. Girl, what are those espadrilles? I remember having some espadrilles. I think I was like, I want to say I was probably like 19, and I got them out of this catalog. I thought they were so cute. Look at, girl, you got on espadrilles. Somebody in the comments said that Tanisha had on espadrilles, girl. When I tell you I slid off the bed. Girl, shout out to the divas with the espadrilles on, honey. Jess Hilarious airs out the Breakfast Club over Loren Larosa edition. Y'all give her that shit. Jess Hilarious says she picked Loren Larosa to fill in for her on the Breakfast Club during her maternity leave, but was blindsided when Loren stayed as a co-host. I'm not fighting for no mic space, she said. This video is kind of long. Y'all want to listen to what Jess Hilarious said? The other day, I made a comment about Jess Hilarious. I have never been a fan of Jess Not Hilarious. I've never been a fan of hers. I believe that woman is like, how do you say? Hold on, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. This is from 2019. I said, who did Jess Not Hilarious think she was going to get support from? Who did she think was going to laugh? She is homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic. She's just a typical type of a certain type of woman. You can't say shit you know is wrong, then say, teach me. If she can't be xenophobic, homophobic, transphobic, and misogynistic, Jess Not Hilarious won't have an opinion on it. She's been whack. I remember when the stuff came out about Puffy, and she was like, that Cassie came out, she misrepresented what Cassie said and made it seem like she was saying she was sorry for what she did. I remember not being happy about that. Jess Hilarious she does not like women. She always has an issue with trans women. I remember her being on a plane and being upset because a person that had, I think it was a Sikhi person who had a turban on, and she was like, oh my God, I'm looking at her camera. Oh my God, I'm scared. I don't know what we gonna do. Do they need to be checked? Do they need to be checked again? Like, she's like, and when they hired her to be on the Breakfast Club, I was like, oh, they just hiring another man to be up there. Male identified, male centered, talking shit about Risa Tisa. Remember, she talked shit about Risa Tisa, and then when T.S. Madison came out and said something, she said that T.S. Madison, because T.S. Madison is trans, that she couldn't have an opinion on what Risa Tisa was going through. Girl, what? When I tell you, I have never seen it for Just Not Hilarious. Never. I have never seen it for her. And when she got on the Breakfast Club, stuttering and stammering and falling all over her words, every clip that I've seen, I'm like, girl, can you read? Like, what is the tea? What's going on? But when Loren came, every time I seen a clip, because I don't watch the Breakfast Club, every time I seen a clip, I was like, oh, she's delightful. Like, she had the story. She was inquisitive, great follow-up questions, not letting people play in her face. When you cannot have a male identified, like Remy Ma. Remember what it was? Remy Ma, what was his name? Jinx, and not Jinx. What was his name? I can't remember his name. On State of the Culture, and I was like, they got 3 niggas up there. A male identified woman, girl, it's like having 3 men up there. Might as well. She doesn't. I wish I had those clips of her when she was talking. I don't like Jess Hilarious. I don't like her. And I heard Corey Holcomb come out and critique her. And we don't like Corey Holcomb. He's another Mucinex fucking character down there sniveling and snotting and stuff coming out of his mouth, girl. I cannot stand Corey Holcomb. But what he said about Just Hilarious was on the mark. It was. It was. You might be good at talking, right? But you may not be good on radio. You might be good down to Instagram and IG and YouTube. You might not translate on radio. You might not know how to ask follow-up questions like a journalist would, right? You just with the mess, coming down here, gossiping, talking, giving your opinion about things. What you do does not translate on radio. And I felt like what Corey Holcomb said about her, and he wasn't like, I don't think he likes her either, but his opinion about her was, I was listening to him to try to see, like, is he being biased? But he really had I wish I could find Corey Holcomb. Let me see if I can find what he said about Just Hilarious, because he wasn't off. Here it is. Okay. So I'm going to give you a trigger warning. He sounds like he has balls and bread in his mouth. Okay.
This is what happened at the Breakfast Club. She took that job. She got that job because I think she had a social media presence. I can't imagine why else. Yeah, that's why. Yeah. She got that job, and
not only did Jess have a social media presence, she's very male identified. She's like, it's a perfect to put her on there with Charlamagne and Envy because she's male identified. She's not going to challenge their misogynistic views and opinions about things. She's going to ride with it, right? So she's safe. She's safe to have around. All right, let's go.
I always said she wasn't talented. Same up a wall. She got the job and got knocked up shortly afterwards.
And unfortunately, she had to go out. You don't just get a job like that you claim is a dream job, and you were raised on the Breakfast Club and you had a dream job, and then you went and got pregnant by, I guess, somebody's husband. Did she get pregnant by somebody's husband, or Wayne was somebody's husband? But she went and got pregnant and had to leave the show from a nigga she barely knew. So now your job is compromised, and what you were hired for, you didn't get to demonstrate. Ooh, that smells so good. Listen.
The worst thing in the world happened. They brought in somebody who was talented. Who they bring in?
Homegirl from She Used to be on TMZ.
Yeah, she has experience with doing that. When she talks, her voice, I don't know her name. Yeah. The girl who is
Loren Larosa.
Loren, that girl know what she doing. She knows how to fit in with Charlamagne and the other guy, DJ Envy. It's like it's seamless when she there. Right. It's the talent. The talent shows out. And then Les Hilarious ain't even reading right. And now she had a job where all she had to do was deliver the news. She had a segment on the Breakfast Club. The other girl who has experience and talent at this job took her segment. Right. Not because she tried to, it's just you saw somebody who's talented. And then you see, read that, Les Hilarious.
And she stood in for her when she took off maternity leave.
When she stood in for... Les Hilarious, you should have had your baby on camera at the Breakfast Club. Stupid. Because they brought in somebody who is talented. And you could say I'm dissing, because that's what you're going to do. You're going to act like I'm hating. I'm not hating. You don't got the it. Your segment could have been good if you knew how to deliver it right. But now they got somebody doing your segment better than you, and it's just flawless. It's effortless. And the girl tried to be your friend, and everybody could see you ain't trying to be her friend.
Audio yesterday.
And then they show clips of her telling the girl to be quiet, telling her to hold on because she was talking over her. But then that goes into this idea that women can't get along. And to Jess, I saw some of Jess's Instagram. She went live and was talking about it. Sounded like, I was like, is she on her way out? Or is her contract almost up? Because the way she was talking, it was almost like she was on her way out. But she mentioned not liking her when she came back. And these Charlamagne and Envy are, they're old hip hop heads, so they love to see two women fighting. See, the stuff that goes on in hip hop now with the women and how the women are supporting each other, not too many of them are fighting for real. They don't like that, right? Old hip hop days, get only one woman on the show to make them seem like it's only one woman amongst all these men, bring another woman in and have them fight. So they could be fighting for the spot to be amongst these men, right? Charlamagne doesn't have to fight for his spot. Envy doesn't have to fight for his spot. Just Hilarious has to fight for her spot. You bring in another woman, right? Who has the talent, who has the capability, who has the skills, right? And this is where you hired somebody because of their follow, how many followers they have and how well they translate. She's a comedian. She will bring, I don't find her funny. I don't find her humor funny, but she's a comedian and she can, bring the humor aspect to it, right? Which is a far different than Angela. Angela, she reported the news like somebody had a gun to her back. Okay. No personality, no like girl, nothing, none of that. She was just very much, I'm here to do my job and I'm out of here. Jess even said, how did Angela do this for 13 years? Jess also admitted that Charlamagne was like, play into this, that y'all don't get along. No, but because she's a misogynist, right? She has a disdain for women. She will play into that as directed by a man, right? And that's how hip hop was looking back in the day. I'm going to fight this other woman for no reason at all because some man was in my ear telling me to play with it. Play into it. Do it. That'll get the people going in the comments because they're not as engaged as they used to be. That's what I hear. I hear the views aren't really there. But Loren came in, and every clip that I've seen, the way that Loren delivers the news, the way that she asks follow-up questions, girl, even her going to see Wendy, because I was like, who is this woman that keeps going to see Wendy? And I keep seeing her on the clips of the Breakfast Club. But when she said she went to go see Wendy, she went to her, I was like, who is this? She's on the show now, and she was still there. And I was like, okay. And then I felt like this woman who has the talent and she's doing like investigative reporting, like she going down to Wendy to check on Wendy because we're going to do a story on Wendy, so I'm going to actually go and check on her so I can actually give you an account. And then the way that she tweets, if you read her tweets, they're very informative. She's a journalist, and that's when you see a journalist who has that personality. That is what you want. Somebody who's going to have journalistic integrity, but have this personality that draws people in, right? That isn't so divisive. I do not like Jess Hilarious because her brain to me is just like, I don't get her. I don't like it. I don't tolerate stuff like that. I just don't like her. I find her one of those women who, again, she's a internalized misogyny. She has an issue with trans women. She has an issue with, she is xenophobic. It's like, you're like everything that's like, ugh, girl, get away. Like, you're not my type of chick at all. Right? So you have these views, you share these views. So then that's going to me, as a person in media, this person with these polarizing views like that, you need to be over there on a different show. Because you have, but ironically, people like her share her views, right? They agree with her. So it's not enough. I just don't find her funny. And the fact that she stumbles over her reporting, she doesn't know what words are. I think she had to actually point out a word to Charlamagne and be like, what does that mean? Like, she doesn't know. I don't know if she reads or not. I always tell people, if you want to increase your vocabulary, just read. That's all you got to do. Read. Just read. Just read a book or something, girl. Find something. Because how do you not know what a word is? And it's okay, because a lot of us come across words, and that's when you read, you come across words, you're like, what does this word mean? Let me go look up this word. I've never heard this, or I've never seen it used like this. It's going to help you increase your vocabulary. She came in and said that she didn't like Loren, right? She fell into that. She fell into, oh, this girl is here, she's taking my job, she hasn't left. But my thing is, do you not have enough self-awareness to actually listen to her and be like, damn, she's good? And because you're misogynistic, you don't see Loren as a tool to help you build. You see her as someone destroying what you believe that you've built, instead of her being an essential tool and you working together, right? Let her take the journalistic side. You come in with the jokes and the opinions, right? And she come in with the facts, right? And she delivers some stories and you deliver some stories. I wouldn't play into, but again, if you're dealing with a male-centered woman, it's going to be easy for her to fall into, just play into that. I don't like her. I didn't like her when I first came back. Why not? Did you not watch it? Did you not think that she was actually better than you? You don't have enough self-awareness to be like, she's actually fucking good at what she does. She's better than me. No. You wanted to come in with your non-reading self, with your misogynistic self, and come in and be hateful towards her instead of seeing her as a essential tool and like recognizing that what she does it well. And in an effort to keep me there, I'm gonna figure out a way to keep her there at the same time and keep me there at the same time, because that bitch is better than me. Yeah, I have my talent. I can bring the humor. I can bring the ignorant humor, right? Because we all know somebody with some ignorant ass humor, and we'll laugh. It's okay. But here comes Loren with the facts. We can work together. Like I wouldn't play into that. I would not play into that if I was Jess. I would not play into that. But again, you're dealing with a male identified woman who is like, she how do you come back to a job after witnessing her do better than you? You come back to a job and you mad because she's doing better than you and she hasn't left. And not only has she not left, you have not increased your skills. You have not sharpened your skills. I can bet you she hasn't. Just by the way she's talking, I made that segment for her. What are you talking about? Do you want Angela to come to the table and be like, bitch, I made the segment. Now what? You should be thanking me. Hello? What was Angela? The rumor report. What was it called? I forgot what it was called. I think it was called the rumor report for Angela. If that's the case, bitch, we're always going to have an entertainment section. We're always going to have a gossip news section. We're a radio station in pop culture. You didn't make no segment. What are you talking about? Like that kind of shit. I was like, oh, she got a little ego on her, right? You got a little ego on you and you're telling her she needs to acknowledge. I was like, Jess, get out of here. Loren needs to acknowledge that Jess fought for them to do Jess with the mess. It ain't nothing but the rumor report renamed. What are you talking about? Girl, what? Shut up.
How everybody a real estate agent? How everybody?
Because a lot of the wags do that.
Rihanna for a long time.
And her outfit mattered.
No, listen, hush. This is not a no, Loren. No, just listen. Just please, hush. This is not a Taylor Swift football game situation.
So I want to say to old girl Loren, I hope that you get the job, and I hope less hilarious has to open up an OnlyFans with that bionic body that she bought through robbing the people, perpetrating talent.
So is President Trump.
All right. That's what he said. Let's see what some of the comments say. This is on Twitter. Corey is trash. He's been trash for decades. His whole gimmick is bashing black women in some form or fashion. Fuck him. I'm with her on that, but what he said wasn't wrong. Broken clocks. Broken, fat, musty clocks are right twice a day. Loren, in my opinion, is a better fit. That's what I said. She definitely knows how to report the news, being that she's a professional journalist. Jess is cool, but she's not a journalist and lacks intelligence in many areas, especially on political and social issues, okay? That's why she's usually quiet during the front page news segment, and her reading skills are terrible. Wish them both the best. And that's just what it is. And to me, if I was Jess and I was witnessing somebody doing a better job than me, down to my job and I was about to come back, I would, one, sharpen my skills, number one. Number two, use her as a tool, not as an adversary. I would never in 2025 play into pitting women against women. I would not have played into that. But she is a woman who doesn't really like women. So it's so easy for her to be like, I didn't like her when I first came back. Why not? You didn't see what she was doing, bitch? It makes no sense. Let's see. Jess Hilarious addresses, hold on, let me take the caption off. Jess Hilarious addresses friction with the Breakfast Club co-host, calls them out for how Loren was brought on.
No narrative about nothing. Ever since I came back, it was weird. Yes, it was weird. Yeah, I at first, no, I did not. I wasn't too fond of Loren. Nah, I wasn't too fond of her when I came back, because we had a whole plan. Even how when I came back, how I pick her to fill in for me, right? I come back, she ain't never leave. Then, all right, cool that she don't leave, but she's on only during my segment. If she was meant to be a fourth host, move her in another way. Why she got to be moved in on? Because nobody had a problem with Jess with the mess until she started reading right. You know what I mean? Till she started reporting. I wasn't hired as a reporter. I was hired as Jess with the mess. So she started reading and delivering details and all that stuff. Yes. Then that's when Jess with the mess wasn't good enough no more. That's how it was presented. So I'm like,
See, and the fact that she can't recognize, she makes a joke out of it, but the truth is, you recognize that you weren't reading right. And this girl comes in and she's giving the report. You need to figure out I just don't understand how you were able, I do understand, but you fell into that. I'm not going to like the girl replacing me or the girl filling in for me. I'm going to come back and have an issue with the girl filling in for me instead of being like, girl, while I was on maternity leave, you really did that. Now this is how we going to deliver the news. And you could still be like, because I'm sure she's going to want to be like, I know, unless Loren is a cutthroat diva and is like, girl, I'm about to come in and take your shit. You better sharpen your skills while you breastfeeding, girl, because I'm about to take your shit from you. Unless she's one of those type of girls and you come in and you're like, girl, listen, when I was on maternity leave, you was doing your thing. We need to figure out how to do this to where I can still give the comedy parts of it, because you're not gonna be funny. You're not gonna be funnier than me. I'm the comedian, okay, girl. You're gonna have your little funny moments, but you're not gonna be funnier than me. You give the journalistic facts. We share our opinion, and then we get Envy and Charlamagne's. And did Jess go to Angela to ask her how was it? Where I wonder if she ever talked to Angela, because she was like, I don't know how Angela did this for 13 years. Did you go to Angela and ask for her Yelp review of them niggas? Because you could tell when they was fighting. You could tell, girl. You can tell when Angela and Charlamagne weren't getting along. You could tell all the time. You can tell when Envy and Angela weren't getting along. You could tell by the way she reported the news. Did you go and ask her how was your time there? What did you do? How'd you deal with this? How was Charlamagne to you? How was Envy to you? Did they ever try to blah 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 blah? You know? I don't know. Here she go.
cool. Who said that though? Because the internet said that.
I hate when Charlamagne acts like he doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Shut your ass up. You can't. I don't like when people do that. Like, well, who said that? Don't gaslight the situation. You know, when I'm talking about I'm talking about people are viewers. I'm reading the comments. I can see what they're saying. Stop acting like the comments don't exist. Stop acting like you're not reading the comments. Stop it.
Talking about no. This is our listeners. This is yeah. Why can't we worry about the comments? And these are people that enjoy the show and watch the show. It's not all about Instagram. It's YouTube. It's like we have people that have been watching the show. Yeah, she's great at what she do. That's why I picked her to fill in for me. But when I came back, it's like, what's going on? If she's gonna be a fourth voice, why she only gotta be a fourth voice? Well, correct me if I'm my segment.
She wasn't a fourth voice. She was a producer. She was hired as a news producer to help with getting all news and doing interviews. She was gonna be the senior news producer. She wasn't on there. When you came back, Loren was not on there. She was in the back doing questions, sending interview questions, reporting the news. Am I lying?
I thought she was on air.
They told her don't step in this room.
Yes, but I thought you was using her on purpose.
What? You thought I was using Loren on purpose? Yes. No, what are we talking about? No. She didn't leave when I came back. The first day we had a whole situation. Like, all right, look, this was gonna happen.
When Charlamagne says, I think you were using her on purpose, I think he was saying because she gets all the questions in the back and is giving the news and stuff like that and getting the question. I thought you were using her because she was actually already doing the work. That's how I understood when he said you were using her. So I don't know. Y'all let me know.
Walked in, she addressed the hate in the comments. That was the first thing she addressed when I came back. I'm like, what the hell? But y'all talk about that. Off air, though, right? So yeah. We started talking off air. But I'm saying even prior to you even coming back. So then I felt uncomfortable that first day. So I'm like, all right, look. Thea was like, all right. Well, we'll just take her off air. She was back the next week. All right, cool. Because there was a voice. Y'all wanted her on air. There was a voice. They wanted her there. They wanted her here. There's a place for Loren in the show. All right, cool. But if there's a place for her on the show, you wanted her here too, another way. Yeah. Because you said you wanted to change the segment from Jess with the Mess to the Loren. That was eventually. Okay. Even when it came down to it still being called Jess with the Mess, and then I'm introducing her to introduce stories. That was pointless and it was stupid. It's no Jess with the Mess. Just make it Brown Girl Grinding or Loren with the latest or Loren's legal corner. I'm giving ideas. I'm like, yo. I even with the Taylor, yo, change that. Take that Just with the Mess off of that. I feel like I'm getting credit for something I'm not doing, and it's stupid because this is not what she does. Is not Just with the Mess. I read headlines and I give commentary. I say what people thinking. I agree. Can I ask the question? What I'm saying? Yeah, she's more of a reporter. She's journalism. Can I ask the question? What? Why didn't you wear the do-rag this morning? Because why you joke so much, man? What you mean? I'm joking. It's not a do-rag. It's a silk scarf, nigga. But it's not. It's not a joke. I'm serious. If you gonna bring it to the radio, I want to laugh. It's not a joke. Okay. But it's not a joke. It's a serious issue about it. It is a serious issue. Okay, let me just sit back and watch it because I'm not Joe Clark. Because it's not. I am actually. Give me my baseball bat. No, it's now Envy. That's what I'm saying. No, nobody has even tried to clean up the narrative that I'm a villain. Man, you're not a villain. Who said you a villain? Yo, stop acting like you don't live in them comments too, Charlotte. Stop acting like you don't understand. What do I always tell you? I say stop listening to the internet. Stop listening to the comments. Stop listening to the folks on YouTube. Don't let them trick you out your position. What you did last night is what they want you to do, and you can't let the internet win. No, but look, it's not even about what they want me to do. I did last night what I wanted to do, what I felt like I should have been did. I've been asking questions. The internet loves mess. And one of the easiest ways to create mess is to pit people against each other, especially two women. And I don't dwell in that. And y'all know that. Yeah, but
see that's not true because Jess said that Charlamagne told her to play into the her and Loren not getting along. So now he's saying something different on the radio. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let's finish listening to this thing.
Uncomfortable. If you don't want Loren in the room, this is your show. We can make that change whenever you want. Did I not say that to you? Yeah, you did. It's not about wanting her in the room, yo. It's about the segment. Like it was like y'all. Have that conversation y'all wanted her. Air. If you had a problem, say it to us. We had a meeting yesterday. Off air. What not like that. About? Not like nobody having my back because we have your back. As far as the Corey Holcomb thing, y'all been beefing for 11 years. I'm not worried about it's not even about you. Worried about comments. You worried about what people say after. I'm worried about the perception and my reputation of people.
But the crazy part is the people in the comments that you're saying fuck those people in the comments, those people are watching. Those are the same people watching. The people making the comments, they're watching y'all and making comments. So when you say fuck the people in the comments, you're saying fuck the viewers. So that doesn't even make sense when y'all be saying that. I'm like, what's he talking about? Don't read the comments. Fuck them people in the comments. The people leaving comments are the people watching.
Something to stare you up after niggas. We don't even know who these people are now. They could be bots and all that. But, and we doing it on air when we could have did it behind the scenes. Like I F with you the long way, not on some internet ish. And to hear that through there, that's whack. This sounds very light skinned. But let's go to the phones. 1-800-585.
Let's read some of the comments.
What you mean?
I actually like Loren, but Jess is not wrong in how she's feeling. Stop gaslighting people. It's not what she signed up for. Unpopular opinion. DJ Envy is right. Her feelings are valid, but it's a way to go about it. Like he said, she took the bait. People are going to talk in the comments regardless. Handle your business the right way instead of feeding the fire that's always going to be a fire online. You have a point there, Miss Tisha Nicole. I mean, Loren was a temp and was hired as permanent. It happens on jobs all the time. But not only that, she was already there. She was like, you heard Charlamagne say she was hired as, she was doing the news. Like, I'm going to give you the stories. I've checked the stories. Here are the talking points, like doing the work. And then Charlamagne says, well, I thought that's why you picked her and used her, because she was already doing it. And then people liked her personality. Now she's in the front of the camera. They like her personality. Like, to me, I would have used Loren as an asset and not. From a humanity standpoint, it's hard when people are publicly saying someone is better than you in your job and you feel replaced. As much as people say just ignore it, that's a hard thing for anyone to do. Then to have your coworkers say nothing, seemingly enjoying the controversy. The high road sounds like easy advice until it's time for you to do it. I'm not taking no high road. Jess really crashed out over people in the comments. She got to grow up. She could be going through postpartum too, y'all. Never thought Envy would be the actual voice of reason and be right. Wow. I think her issue with Loren is misplaced anger, or Loren did nothing wrong. Maybe when they rolled Loren out, maybe the way they rolled Loren out was not the best, but she did a better job in the mess segment. She can't be mad that listeners liked Loren's delivery better. From the beginning, they joked about Jess not being able to read, and she never contributed to anything in the interviews. They can all have a seat at the table. Envy was right. Her lives were corny. That shouldn't have been a discussion behind the scenes. Jess has to grow up. I'm sure they're going to take that into consideration when it's time to renew her contract, because you really took work business to the public. Yes, she has a right to do whatever she wants to do. She has a right to do that. But the consequences of the behavior might be that you don't get your contract renewed. Instead of, I don't know what she could have done and said later. I don't know. It just sounds like it's a typical thing. I don't understand how you did not see that the girl, well, that's why I chose her. Okay, so you chose somebody who was doing, it's like it's out of a movie. You chose somebody, they came in to do your job, they did it better than you. Now you're back, you're feeling insecure about it, and instead of sharpening your skills to be as good as this person, you get upset and start saying, well, change the name of the show and this and that. Like, I don't know. It's just typical. It's just typical. It's typical. It's typical. It happens all the time. The person filling in for you does better than you. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, Jess? This conversation should have been off air. If you had a problem with Charlamagne and Envy, why are you hostile with Loren? Because she's the woman. I'm telling you, it's like, I'm going to figure, like, she admitted to having misdirected anger. What are you mad at her for? You chose her. Didn't you said out of your own mouth, you chose her. So you chose her and now you mad because she didn't leave when you came back? Weren't you listening? Weren't you reading the comments? Didn't you hear how everybody liked her? So why wouldn't you work with her to figure out a way to keep her on air? Do you think it's going to come out of your check, or you're going to have to split your, she's already been paid. She was already hired. She wasn't hired off the street. It was like an internal thing. And she just moved to being on air instead of off air. But I agree with what Corey Holcomb said. I don't like the way that I don't know. I don't particularly care for Jess Hilarious, but let me know what y'all think about that. Wow. It says attorney Tony Busby withdraws from S trafficking lawsuit against Diddy after failing to disclose his inability to practice law in the Southern District of New York. Is this just for how many people? Let's read. Is this for the entire case? Okay. My stomach is growling. Tony Busby has stepped down from representing plaintiffs in the sex trafficking lawsuit against Sean Combs after the judge ordered him to explain why he didn't disclose his inability to practice law in the Southern District of New York. A Houston attorney has been representing over 120 individuals who allege they were victimized by Combs, but a recent court order revealed that Busby is not permitted to practice in the Southern District of New York. In response, Busby admitted to making an error in judgment and stated that the issue was distracting from the case. He explained, I now seek to remedy this error by withdrawing my representation of the plaintiff in this manner, pending the resolution of my admission to this court. Busby, a member of the New York State Bar and Texas State Bar, clarified with another law firm would continue representing the plaintiff while he resolves the issue. Combs is currently incarcerated in Brooklyn, faces racketeering, conspiracy, as trafficking, and is currently awaiting trial. Diddy is getting out. He needs to be disbarred. Some of y'all decided Diddy was guilty of everything they said because of Cassie. That's not what we're charging him for. I want to see Diddy get out and move to Bali and stay in the shadows, maybe even get married. Take this as a lesson learned and give all his artists their masters.
I just, girl, stop.
And what do you wish to see when it comes to the victims? She doesn't believe that there are any victims. So it's safe to say that this lawyer has clearly been exposed for taking high-profile cases that intentionally like to tear Black celebrities down. How did you get that from that? Jay-Z's move on the chessboard assisted with this move. Let me guess, y'all gonna say he got paid off. He never intended to go the distance. He just wanted to defame that man. As of this morning, he has withdrawn from 7 cases so far. Free Diddy. Free Diddy. That's a win for Diddy. He should be disbarred and also be charged for taking the case when he knew he couldn't properly represent the client. He's a prime example of how attorneys have their own best interests in mind and not their clients. The legal system and the way they represent people is such a scam. Free him. He didn't register because it would have put him on the hook for not vetting any of his clients. That alone should tell you everything about the cases against Diddy. Error in judgment. You knew and still took them cases. Disbar this guy. He can just hand it off to another member of his firm if he advises them from the sidelines. Them cases ain't good no more. Credibility is ruined. They're looking into all his cases and they found dirt he's been stealing from clients. He got 4 and counting. Girl, this is a mess. What is wrong with this man? Free Diddy. Crook. All them lies are coming out. And people are saying, what do y'all think about that? It sounds like he stepped down with this right here. It says John Doe, but then in the comments they say it's been 7 cases so far. Oh, I don't want to hear that. Yeah. So what do y'all think about that? So now, because he's withdrawn from some of the cases, other people in the law firm will be able to represent the people. He just cannot represent the people. Y'all get down in the comments and let me know what this means for the case overall. Okay.
It's just a blessing, man. Like
Okay.
Good that you dated.
No.
Ooh, I ain't trying to be.
Okay. Okay, that's Jasmine Brand. Let's go to Hollywood Unlocked. What time is it? Okay. What time do I have? Okay, I got about 10 more minutes. Loren Larosa and Jess Hilarious talk out their issues on The Breakfast Club. Girl, what? Okay, let's see. Let's see the previous post. Okay, so we talk. Okay, here's Loren.
Since I can't, because this is East Side High, West Side, whatever high we gonna be. We here and we together, so we got to figure this out. And it's not, everything's not a joke. And I can understand some of where you was coming from, but bro, part of that live I thought was crazy. I'm like, what, Jess? Like,
what parts did you think was crazy?
What part? Because like, one, it's not like you didn't hear anything in that live that I haven't said to you. I heard a lot that you didn't say to me. Okay, so what part did I not say to you? Okay, so the part about the talking over each other and the hush, be quiet, because you talk about how you feel in real time, right? Yeah, I'm feeling in real time. That be quiet. That was crazy. Is crazy. The shut up. I was like, oh, okay, because what we really giving up here? Like, what's up? Okay, right? But I didn't. None of that was said. You didn't say anything about that. And then when I pulled you into the office with our EP with Eddie, the first thing I said to you was, Jess, we fighting for airtime and it shouldn't be like that. I want to know what can I do better as a producer? What can we do better as the two women sitting right here next to each other to make sure that don't happen, because it doesn't look good. It's not going to play well for either one of us. I literally swear to God, I don't even remember you saying that. And that's exactly why I had Eddie in the room, or EP, I never ever heard that. Because you've pulled me to the side a few times to ask me, are you okay? How do you feel like about the stories and things like that? You've never said what you just said to me. Now listen. I have said, hush, shut up. You overtalk. And like I said, I'm not about to be up here fighting for no mic. Like, I'm not doing that. If I already got the job, like, what am I doing? Like, I'm not. It's four voices. Three of us are very opinionated. You know what I mean? Me, you, and Charlamagne. I'm not saying Envy don't got no opinion, but he don't jump in every single time there's dead air. You know what I'm saying? When you overtalk. And it's like the only time you can quiet down is somebody be like, shut up or hush. My mom don't even tell me shut up, Jess. I'm a grown-ass woman. And I understand. You could have said that on air right then and there. Or right after when you say you pulled me in the office. You never pulled me nowhere to tell me that. Because the way that I do things when it comes to my job and my career, that's not what we on. And I told you from the jump, I was never going to give that to you. Okay. And did I not? Our first conversation, I said, if I ever have an issue with you, I'm going to handle it in a way where we can get through a conversation, because we grown. And regardless, you don't got to love me. You don't got to like me, but we here together. I'm here. And listen, like I said earlier, the internet loves us. Yes, you are here. And one of the easiest ways to create mess is to pit women against each other. And you're here because of an opportunity that I extended. Regardless of that's no. I'm not sitting here like you don't deserve to be here. I'm not sitting here like you're not here. You're not going anywhere. That's not. Let's first and foremost, let's get that. It may be my delivery or whatever, but yeah, you are here. I ain't never say you shouldn't be here. I said from the whole jump, yeah, Shorty do the job great. She's amazing. That's why I want it to be her segment. I think y'all can work very well together. And once again, you got to stop letting the internet pit y'all against each other. I know the internet has created a narrative, Loren versus Jess versus Loren. But that's what it is. And that's what I'm trying to say is the internet is there. We see it. None of us can ignore it. I saw that Corey thing a week ago. It didn't say nothing about it. But y'all clear up everything else. Nobody want to clear up that I'm not doing that. I don't like you, or I'm hating on a. They say I'm gay. I never came up here and said I don't suck no pee. That's true. That's different now. Come on. Well, I just want to say, Jess, what you feeling, we feel it together. And when the other thing happened that I called you about, I said that to you. And I responded to that on Twitter. I didn't send it to you. I didn't feel like I had to, but I did. But I called you about it. The comments. Stop listening to the comments. Let me talk. In real life, we love everybody. Y'all love each other. This can work. It will work. It will work. But sometimes this might have to happen, and it's happening with love. Because when I saw Jess crying, I came in here because I care about. You have to be okay for all of this to be okay. And I'm a producer at the end of the day. You my talent. We gonna be straight. Because this is. This conversation should have never happened in front of us. Very bizarre. Let's normalize closed doors meetings. Angela somewhere saying, this is why I have my own show now. Jess, my mom don't even tell me to shut up. That's a warning number one, by the way. Exactly. Like, who are you telling to hush and who are you telling to be quiet? And why do you have a problem with me? I'm your producer. Loren is so grown. Jess clearly can't handle dealing with issues in a corporate space. Loren said, my mama don't even tell me to shut up. How did we get invited to this meeting? Right. Breakfast Club is the shade room radio at this point. Loren is hella shady. Just give Shorty the job and watch everyone turn on her. Get ready to hear I'm a producer now every time she's on air. I was here for both of the women. Jess was triggered by the comments and lashed out, but I agree she should have addressed everything off air. It sucks because now the show will never be the same. Professional versus unprofessional. That isn't what Jess is saying. I think she means
If it's going to be 4, then just say that. But why would it be Loren only on Jess's airtime? Why she can't have her own thing and just get back to her job as she was signed to do? And if it's Loren's job now, then say that so Jess can get and stay in her own lane. So how are we passing that up? How are we not getting an answer for that? I feel like that's why Jess went to the internet, because it's like, yo, I have to ask this question and nobody answered. Like, just like now in front of the world. So now let's address it loudly. Was it the best decision? No, but hell, it got the conversation that she wasn't getting. But I honestly think they still haven't answered her questions. Loren was very articulate with her responses while Jess is just yapping. Funny how you never see 2 men on this show fighting for their spot. Exactly. I relate to Loren so much here. Just as a child, she's problematic. This is why ladies need to plan babies with their husbands instead of getting pregnant with a man. It's F's with your career. Not a good look. I expect a shake-up announcement soon. Jess is intimidated by the other female host because she actually is qualified to be there. However, it's not anyone else's job to help her with that insecurity. Exactly. That's what I mean. I would have came in like, girl, how can we work together? Like, let's figure it out. And if she's the producer, she can make it happen. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Have y'all had any experience at the workplace where you replaced somebody and then they came back and they was mad because you did a better job than them? Or have you been on the other end of that where you felt you were the person that did a better job than the person you filled in for and they came back and they were acting funny with you? And this thing, I made a spot for you. I didn't like that. I thought that was weird. I don't know. I don't like that kind of posturing. Like, girl, I'm a producer. I give you what to say. Shut up talking to me. And you can barely say it. Girl, let me know what y'all think of the comments. It's 1,000 comments on here. I think this is a normal thing in the workplace. I do. I feel like this is a normal thing. But because it's 2 women that are going to play into that, oh, women can't get along and all of this other stuff. And men don't be getting along either. Listen to all the men in radio talk about the men in radio. Go read Charlamagne's first book and read how men were hating on his ass. So you can't say that, but it feeds into that narrative. Oh, you got the 2 women fighting. That one comment, oh, we never see men like this fighting. It does. Yes, you don't see it. You don't see it. They fighting for real. What else? What else? Y'all let me know what you think. I don't have anything else to say about it. Jess, somebody said Jess should have never been on the Breakfast Club in the first place. I agree with that. I do. Anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think of the topics we talked about. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments.